Healthcare workers continue to demand more protections after a visiting nurse was killed last fall. Now lawmakers are looking at several bills that could provide more safety. NBC Connecticut political reporter Mike Savino joining us live from the Capitol with more. And Mike, what kinds of protections might we see here?
Well, Amber, lawmakers say they want more training and tools so that nurses and healthcare workers can identify dangerous situations and protect themselves. But healthcare workers say the problem isn't just in homes and they need help in medical facilities.
There's no amount of yoga or lavender that's going to make this better, right? We need help.
Healthcare workers say they've been facing more and more threats and violence since the COVID pandemic. But the death of a visiting nurse last November just highlighted the problem. But Sherry Dayton says every home healthcare worker has their own story.
There was some moldy cheese or something, and I just threw it away because I didn't want them to eat it and get sick. And the family member was very upset with me and threatened to kill me.
Lawmakers are proposing several bills to offer more protections. They would increase training and avoid nurses going into homes alone if they fear violence. Hospitals and healthcare networks would also need to make it easier to know if a patient has a history of violence or harassment.
One of the most important things that we are looking at is how can we make sure that all the home healthcare workers feel safe.
Republicans are on board, but House Minority Leader Vincent Candelora also noted that visiting nurse Joyce Grayson was tending to a patient in a halfway home for convicted sex offenders. He says that the state needs to separate higher risk convicts across homes.
Fundamentally, we have to have a conversation about reintroducing violent criminals back into society and how it's being done.
Nurses and other medical providers say they also face danger inside medical facilities. They're asking for help there too, including money for safety upgrades at certain buildings.
A number of hospitals have started to think about the types of metal detectors in their emergency departments.
Senate Democrats say that this issue is one of their top priorities. They have a big bill touching on many of these proposals going to a public hearing on Monday before the Public Health Committee. Live from the Capitol, Mike Savino, NBC Connecticut News. Amber, back to you.